a sweet snack. It's definitely a great way to start off the week. So first up this morning, we are learning to cook Malaysian style. Masakan, a Malaysian food pop-up started by immigrants, Mas and her daughter, Safira, when they couldn't find true home-cooked Malaysian food in Seattle. So here to show me how to cook a sweet Malaysian snack is Masakan's Safira Izani. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
I am looking at all the delicious things that we're about to eat, but first, what are we making?
Yeah, so what we're gonna make today is a really fun and a really simple Malaysian dessert called Onde Onde. So Onde Onde, think of it almost like a chewy mochi ball with melted palm sugar on the inside, and then coated in some freshly grated coconut.
I'm here for all of this. I love it. Is that what that is? Is that sugar?
Yeah, so it's sugar. So this right here is the palm sugar that we'll be putting inside of the dough. And then when we boil it, the sugar will be melting, and it'll give that little bit of pop when you bite into the Onde Onde ball.
Oh, that sounds really good. So how do we get started?
So how we're gonna get started is we're first gonna pour this pandan extract right into the rice flour right here.
Okay, and tell us what pandan is.
Yes, of course. So pandan, I have it right here tied into knots. So think of it almost like a vanilla of Southeast Asia.
Okay.
Yeah, so they use it for a lot of different desserts. And so you could find it in Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, Vietnam. They use it a lot. And so what we just did is we just blended some pandan, and then we took the extract, and then we're mixing it into some of the rice flour right here.
And I was about to ask you, because I noticed we didn't have like a mixing spatula, but you just get in there with your hands.
We're gonna go traditional.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
So,
and that way you can really feel the dough and if it's getting to be the consistency you want, right?
Yeah, a little bit of the dough. And so actually I'm just gonna add just a little bit more water here.
So if it starts getting too Play-Doh-y or stiff, you want to add more water. You want it to be like a Play-Doh consistency?
You kind of do want to have it be a little bit of a Play-Doh consistency.
Okay.
And it only takes maybe a minute or two for you to get the dough right. But it's, like I said, a super simple, very fun to make dessert. And actually, we don't call it a dessert in Malaysia. We call it kueh in Malaysia.
Okay, what does that mean?
So kueh, it's almost like a type of snack. It could be sweet or savory, and there's hundreds of different types of kueh over in Southeast Asia. But for Onde Onde, what's really special about it is that it's the only kueh with melted palm sugar in the middle.
I love it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then once you get the dough right, then you put the sugar in the ball?
Yes.
The sugar in the ball. As you can see, I'm quite the chef.
So this dough is almost ready, and what we're gonna do next is we're going to take half a tablespoon of the dough, roll it up, and then we're gonna pinch in the palm sugar.
Ooh, I love it. While you're finishing that up, tell me more about Masakan. It's a pop-up?
Yeah, so it's a pop-up that my mom and I had started back in October, I would say 2020, so in the middle of the pandemic. And so we started it, and we started off in cafes, and then we went over to different festivals. And, you know, we've been selling out, luckily, in all the different events that we've been going to.
There's a cute picture of you and your mom.
Yeah, so we have been making all different kinds of Malaysian food, not just kuehs or snacks, but we've also been doing hot foods. So really popular dishes in Malaysia, because truthfully, there aren't many options for Malaysian food in Seattle. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 that you could find. Yeah.
I love that you are starting this. Any plans to go bigger? I mean, you started pop-up, but like, should we expect a restaurant from you someday soon?
Ooh, man, I don't know about a restaurant.
That is a lot of commitment, lady. Don't put me on the spot.
I don't know about a restaurant, but something maybe like a small cafe serving just sweets, and maybe every once in a while some hot food.
Oh, I
Something
like
would be really fun.
All right, so we got the dough balls here. Now, how do you pinch in the sugar?
If you'd like to take that ball and just roll it.
This one?
Yeah, roll it with me.
Okay, I'm rolling.
And so I'm gonna move this over to the side, bring the sugar closer.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do when it's rolled into a ball, we sort of just press it down, make a little indent with your thumb.
Okay.
And then if you wanna take this, put it right there. I'm gonna do that too.
And then just close
it up. And then
you
just pinch it. Yep, right over there.
And then do we roll it again?
Yeah, you roll it again, just to get it all.
Ooh, it's gone. It's magic. I love cooking magic.
And so we'll just put this here for
Okay,
now, and then
okay.
we could just get another one started right here.
And so how do you cook these so that they melt in your mouth, as you said?
Yes, so how we cook it is we would typically have a pot of boiling water.
Okay.
And so we would throw the Onde Onde balls into the boiling water, and then you would just let it sit for a few minutes because when you put it in the water, it'll sink. But you know it's cooked when it starts floating.
Float. Much like a gnocchi, I get you. Okay. And so that's what we have right here, right?
Yes, so what we have right here, so we actually have already boiled some Onde Onde balls, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sift it, and then we're just going to put all the Onde Onde balls into the bowl of grated coconut over there.
Okay, I got you on this.
Yes. Perfect.
And I like that, you know, that you're doing this with water and you're not cooking with oil, so it's healthier than, you know, a traditional. Sometimes our snacks in the U.S. are definitely heavy on the oil. Okay, so now
Yes, so what you're gonna do now is you're just gonna spoon it all over.
By the way, I just started. I hope that's okay.
It's all good, you're up for it.
Oh, this is really soft and fluffy coconut.
It is.
Where do you get your coconut?
So we get our coconut and our rice flour and our pandan all from the local Asian grocery stores. That's perfect.
Oh, how'd I do?
Did the little shake too.
Okay, can I try one?
Yes, for sure.
I love it. So you mentioned that there are other things on the menu sometimes. Tell us about your entree bowls.
Yes, so some of our entree bowls, recently we did, there you go, the little pop of melted sugar.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
So some of our entree bowls that we serve is laksa and also another noodle dish called mirabos. So laksa is really popular noodle dish that is found all over Malaysia. This is especially popular in Penang.
Okay.
And so it has some thick rice noodles, a curry laksa broth, and then it has all these different herbs that just make the whole bowl really fresh when you add the curry broth and the fresh herbs. It's so good.
This is so good. I like all the different levels of flavor on this and when you get to the sweet center, but tell me about the rest of these and what they are.
Yes, so the rest of these this is a kueh tray. It's also something that we've been serving, especially during this summer, during wedding season. So it's sort of an assortment of 3 different kuehs that we typically make. So we have Onde Onde right here, what we just made, and then this layers of pink and coconut rose rice pudding that we call kueh lapis rose. So this is really popular in Malaysia and Indonesia and Singapore. And then this right here is called bingka ubi. Yeah. So bingka ubi, it's essentially these chewy cassava bars. And what's really cool about all these different desserts is that they're all gluten-free. They're all vegan.
Thank goodness.
You know, what you mentioned earlier, that there wasn't any oil. Surprisingly, a lot of desserts in Malaysia do not have any oil. It's very healthy.
I love it. Well, I can't wait to try this one because it just all looks so pretty and fun. You can't even deny yourself. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing this. Where can people follow where you're going to be at?
So you can follow us on Instagram at Masakan Seattle, and that's where we post our pop-ups. And so whenever we do pop-ups, we normally do pre-order. And
good to know. So you got to follow her. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
all right,
so
we've
much.
got all the details on our website.